Alright, hey guys, BricKreations here. Welcome back to week 7 of building Erebor in Lego. So I just have to say right off the bat that it was a really fun week. Now I didn't have that much time on my hands, especially now that I'm wrapping up school in the final weeks. But there was a lot of conceptual design that went on this week. So if you didn't know already, I pretty much finished off the outside of Erebor. Now I need to move on to the inside, as it is going to be a main part of the MOC. So that's what I did. Now that means that I got a lot done in terms of the rock work, as well as tiling in the inside, kind of laying out where everything's going to go, and I think you guys will really enjoy this segment. So, hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so I just want to quickly glance over the front of it before I get on to the main part, which will be the inside. Now, not that much has gotten done on the outside, except for a little bit of work in terms of greebling or texturing on the facade, as well as adding these right here, which just add a little bit more dimension. Again, it's just more experimentation, playing around, seeing how it will turn out. Now, a lot of the things that did happen on the front will be this rock wall right here. I guess most of you have already seen it. Now, if you're thinking what this yellow kind of brick line looks like, it's supposed to be kind of a rough idea of where I can follow to build a rock wall. So I'm not going to build it the whole way up to the top up here. I'm going to gradually incline in here. That way I don't have to use as many pieces, but it will still give the effect of a large rock wall. I would have gotten much more progress done this week if I didn't have to tear it down, but that was a personal choice. I thought I wasn't using the filler brick very effectively. I was using way too much of it and trying to make the rock wall really solid. But I think I'm kind of playing around with it. And I think the way I've gotten it now, it's not as sturdy as before, but it's sturdy enough where it won't fall apart. So this is what the back of Erebor looks like. And before you say, I know it doesn't look like I did that much progress, but trust me, it has taken quite a while to get to this point because of all the experimentation that I have to go through. So before I jump into the details, I want to kind of briefly go over what each area is going to be. Now on this far left area is going to be the forges area. In the middle section is going to be the throne room, as well as a few other rooms and kind of open hallway corridors. And then over on this right side, I have not made any final decisions, but for the most part in this center area over here will be an area where I can put mountains of gold, as well as maybe some pillars and things. Over here by this yellow brick will be where I have the secret entrance to enter Erebor. And then I might put some sort of a room here, which I might use as an armory or any other kind of room that showed up in the movie. So I'm going to start off in this main center area where I did the most progress. In the middle here you can see that I have the same diagonal tile design, but it used to be angled horizontally. Now I made it vertical because it matched the movies better. It is a long corridor that stretches back instead of in the width. And I think that looks better like that, more movie accurate. As well as I put the tiles now on top of the other tiles. You can see that this pattern is now sitting on top of the tiles. It used to be indented. And I think this looks much better because if you remember my old videos, I spoke about how the indented look felt unnatural. And I think this ties in better with the whole Erebor feel. Now you can see what this bridge hallway kind of thing looks like. It's the same design as I spoke about in the previous videos, and I've been adding those sand green and gold accents as we go along. Okay, so here's a look at my arches that I built, and I think they turned out really nice. It's a very simplistic design, but I built it using pieces that I had quite a large quantity of. So again, I think it turned out really nice for the pieces that I had, and obviously with those gold trims, I think it ties together very nicely. I also want to point out that I did use these panel pieces over here quite well, because you do know that one side of them is hollow, so typically you can't really use that side well. It doesn't look quite nice, but I think because I framed it in well within the arches, it turned out quite nice. So here's a look at the other side of the MOC. This is going to be the throne room right here, where the throne will sit in the middle and there will be a crystal thing coming out the top of it. Over here are going to be some pillars just to cover up this exposed side of the arches and panels. And I think because sand green is quite a complementary color of Erebor, I want to use as much of it as I can, but where it doesn't feel that I use too much of it. So I think just giving little hints of it here and there is quite nice. So that's why I used it in the pillars, and I've been using the same base design as I used on the exterior of Erebor. And then right here I've just been adding slight patches of a textured look just to make the wall look very old. Alright, so here is a room that I've been focusing on, trying to get it built up as much as I can for this video. This is going to be the room in which we see Balin in the third Hobbit movie, kind of sitting around talking to Bilbo. And from what I understood, there was kind of like a library feel to it, as well as a bunch of potions and things on the walls. So I wanted to give that feel to it, make it feel like a rustic kind of potions kind of classroom. It did remind me quite a lot of Snape's classroom from Harry Potter, so I wanted to give that same kind of feel, being kind of like in a dungeon with candles on the wall and things like that. This is what the room looks like on the other side. You can see that I have a board full of a bunch of scriptures. We can make up what it's supposed to be, but obviously some sort of a mathematical scientist kind of experiment going on. Over here we also have a desk that just has a piece of a map right here. You can use it as a parchment, as well as some kind of potion bottles on a little bookcase. Lastly, I just want to briefly talk about the forges area over here. So instead now the cavern will go over in this bottom corner over here, in which they will mine the gold out. And over here will just be a mix of dark tan and brown plates, which will just serve as the ground. And there will be one forge kind of melting pot, whatever you want to call it, sitting right here. I am trying to work on a design that will fit the scale of this MOC. And then over here you can see that I did use the burnt pieces just because I didn't want to use so many pieces, and it doesn't need to look as detailed as the outside. There will be a bunch of gold flecks of pieces going all around here. Again, more pieces for the dwarves to mine, and then eventually it will fade in and just be normal light bluish gray bricks. Alright guys, so there is week 7. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a little bit more of a shorter video, but I didn't have that much time on my hands this week, but hopefully it was enough progress for this update. Now in terms of what will happen in the upcoming weeks, I'm thinking over there I'm going to be doing a little bit more progress on the rock wall. I don't have that many slopes left over, but hopefully I can get to about the same level as this side over here. I also want to give a little bit more of a focus onto the interior in that back corner over there, getting it to the same sort of level of completion as this sort of middle section over here. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing, giving this video a like down below, commenting on any ideas, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.